As you walk down any street, in any town, in any of the 50 states of America, one thing is true about every person that you see. That common truth is that all of our families, at one point or another, came to this country in search of something better than what they had. Whether by boat, by plane, or by foot, whether to escape oppression, persecution, or poverty, or simply to start a new life, our immigrant ancestors helped to create the beacon of hope and opportunity that is the United States of America. Despite our national immigrant heritage, there's been constant opposition to immigration since the creation of our country. Chinese, Eastern European, Irish, Italian, and German immigrants all faced some sort of persecution. Now Hispanic immigrants bear the blunt force of anti-immigration sentiment in this country. Today I will make the case that amnesty for undocumented immigrants is essential for the U.S. economy to remain competitive in a global market, and would also reflect the core American value of upward economic mobility in exchange for hard work. The most common argument against amnesty for undocumented immigrants is the economic drain that they already pose on our economy. To give you an idea of how many people are here illegally, Bear Stearns Asset Management estimates that 20 million undocumented immigrants already live in our country. Some people say that this is a problem. I see this as an opportunity. It's an incredible opportunity for the United States to add 20 million new workers to their workforce. We could reap the tax benefits and revenues and use these for schools, roads, government works projects, and government programs like Social Security. Jason L. Riley, the author of Let Them In, The Case for Open Borders, estimates that in 40 years, 1/3 of the population of America's major economic competition will be over the age of 65. This means that they will be retired and no longer a productive part of the workforce. If you compare that to only 1/5 of the United States workforce being over the age of 65 in 40 years, you'll see that we have a tremendous opportunity to maintain and add youth to our workforce, thus making it more productive. The 2003 European Commission's Economic and Financial Division found, and I quote, "The implications of aging populations over the coming decades at the global level will be significant in terms of not only a slowdown in the growth rate of output and living standards, but also with regard to fiscal and financial market trends, falling rates of capital accumulation, and a slowdown in productivity growth." Essentially what they're saying is that as your workforce ages, you actually end up with a smaller workforce because more people are retired than are actually working. A smaller workforce leads to less output. Less output leads to less income, thus a weaker economy. To strengthen this point, Bear Stearns estimates that of the 20 million undocumented immigrants that are already here, 84% are between the ages of 18 and 44. If you compare that to the current percentage, which is 60% of legal residents, people that are already living here and paying taxes, 60% of them are between the ages of 18 and 14. So if we add this large population into the younger part of our workforce, we can guarantee that we will have a younger workforce when the majority of our competition is dealing and struggling with an older workforce. This influx of younger workers can help save Social Security from the impending financial burden that's going to be posed when the baby boomer generation reaches retirement age. In addition to this revenue that would be provided if we allowed amnesty to be given to undocumented immigrants, the U.S. already relies very heavily on on these immigrants to fill our workforce needs right now. Essentially what we have done is we have allowed these people to come in, and one way or another we have allowed them to enter our workforce and to start earning money here. In 2005, the Department of Labor issued a survey and found that 50% of farm workers in the United States were undocumented immigrants. That number is up drastically from just 12% in 1990. PEW also issued similar findings. PEW is a nonpartisan research center. They found that 25% of meat and poultry workers, 24% of dishwashers, and 27% of drywall and ceiling workers were also undocumented immigrants. If we were to go through and forcibly remove these people from our country, if we were to go through and deport them, these industries would struggle. Imagine if one day you woke up as a business owner and suddenly you had the same amount of work to be done, only half the workforce here to do it. It would put you in a very difficult financial bind, and you would have to come up with answers right away to solve a problem that could have been helped along by just allowing these people to stay here and work. In conclusion, granting amnesty to undocumented immigrants can only help the U.S. economy by providing the undocumented population with a legal way to live and work in our country. By doing this, the United States will reap benefits of its own generosity. Amnesty will help to fix our growing Social Security problems and can help meet our workforce demands. If we continue to deny legal status to these workers, many of our national problems will continue to get worse, and we will be squandering a tremendous opportunity to improve the U.S. economy while simultaneously improving the lives of millions of hardworking immigrants our nation has been traditionally built upon. Thank you very much.